I'd like to welcome everybody to the Crown Point Swim Club. Crown Point Swim Club was technically founded in 1968 as the Hub Swim Club. We changed names to the Crown Point Swim Club when I came over here from Munster in 2005. The board decided they wanted kind of a fresh start there and to make some changes, and so they started with the team name. The Crown Point Swim Club has had a lot of really good swimmers come through it, and I'm going to attribute that to the assistant coaches that we've had, because they have done a real phenomenal job with the kids. We have a wide range of coaches, from some of our high school swimmers who help out with the bronze and silver group, all the way up to some very seasoned coaches, and Coach Adam, which 2010 August. No, how long?
Oh, total years?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. I think this is year 24.
Okay. I know Coach Tripp has been doing it for...
He's about 20, I think.
Was he at 20? No?
So.
Okay. I've been coaching in one way or another since 1990. So it's been a really long time. And while it is a lot of work, I don't really consider it much of a job. It's just kind of fun being with the kids and having some goofy times with them and having some fun with this. So what I wanted to do tonight to kind of help you guys as new parents is to some introductions, but also the main thing is to be able to take you through the website, where to find things, how to sign up for meets, how to sign up for volunteering at meets. We do our summer a little bit different than our winter as far as volunteering goes, but the gist of it is the same. Like I said, my name is Coach John Krick. I'm the head coach. I now primarily coach our elite group swimmers, which is our high school age kids and our 8th graders in the summer season. Coach Adam has taken over as our head age group coach. His main groups that he is working with is the gold and platinum groups, and kind of helping organize and run our bronze and silver groups. Coach Tripp is our lead 10 and under coach. He works solely with our bronze and silver group swimmers. And we have Coach Kara Hubster, Coach Ava Hubster, Coach Taylor Richards. New to the staff is Coach Claire. I'm kind of messing. Kuhlenschmidt. I read it right, and then I can never do it without looking at it.
We're our boy. She's in our Boy Scouts. Boy Scout leader.
Okay. Coach Adam, Coach Tripp, and Coach Claire. I think Claire is a teacher as well, is she not? Yeah. Coach Adam is a teacher in the Maryville Middle School. Coach Tripp is a high school teacher here. I basically do this all day. I run the website, usually answering the phones, taking care of administrative stuff that the club needs done. So this is my full-time job that I handle. Oh, and I forgot Coach Bella Newt, who also deals with our bronze and silver kids, and Coach Blake Yeager, who works with me with the elite group, our high school age kids. If you need to get a hold of any of us, you can go on the website. And this should be the screen that you see when you log in to the website. You will have to log in to be able to see everything on the website. Some stuff you won't be able to see if you're not logged in. But this being the main, the home page, if you scroll, I don't think it's up top. It is not. If you scroll down to right here and click on Meet Our Coaches, you will get everyone's email in which to contact one of the coaches if you need to, as well as a list of our board of directors. And right now we've got Tom Gubbins, Ed Beatty, David Stout, Melissa Hayjack, Lauren Hubster, and Mike Tothfalusi here. No one else is here tonight.
You may have to update the coaching information too.
I do have to add. Yeah, I do have to add some coaches. So we do a lot of communicating through email and texting. Okay. 2 avenues of that is I do have a Remind app. If those of you like to use Remind, the class code for that is at JKRICK. And that should take you to the Crown Point Swim Club Remind app. We will utilize that, as well as we will utilize the website, which has a feature of its own app, which is called On Deck. If you have, I believe it works on Android too, right?
Trip has an Android.
Trip has an Android. So both iPhone and an Android system. The On Deck app you would use the exact same login that you would use to get into the website for that app, and it'll pull up your child's own information there. Within the website, when you, and I will kind of jump out of mine here. When you are in your account, you can go to, and this is going to look a little different possibly than what I get. So we can text if you can have 2 cell phones that are plugged in there. If you connect your carrier service to it, what we can then do is directly text you last second things that come up. Like, for instance, we've had the time where at 3 o'clock I got a phone call from the school. Hey, the heater's broke. You might not want to have the kids come in today because it's about 76 degrees. All right. Little kids don't like that cold water all that much. It's cold enough at 78. So we would just blast out a quick text and email and try to hit anyone on Remind to try and make sure we cover everybody if we got to cancel practice or something else came up last second. Okay, so when you get an opportunity in your account, go ahead and verify not only your cell phones, but you can verify your email as well, just so that when we do the texting, we can also include it to your email box when we send those last second messages out, depending on if you're sitting in front of your computer or just on your phone, it's by you, whatever. You'll get to see it the quickest. So, jumping back here. Okay. We do have a Facebook page. I do not run the Facebook page. I don't do anything with Facebook. That's not my thing. We do have a Facebook page. I believe it's just Crown Point Swim Club, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Kara, is Kara still running that?
Karen, There's a few of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Melissa does, I do.
Bunch of-
Sarah does, Laura?
No, 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 no.
You.
No, not me.
So there'll be information that gets posted up there too, if that's another avenue that you happen to be running through and you want to jump on the Crown Point Swim Club page there. Sorry about this. There's another app that you may, once your kids start swimming, that you may want to add to your phone, and it's called Meet Mobile. Meet Mobile will allow you to see all the results of every race that, I mean, you can look at every race across the country that actually uses it, but to be able to see your kids' results as soon as whoever is operating that computer finishes that event. When that event's done, it automatically populates into that app, and you'll be able to see what their time was, where they placed, whether they dropped time or added time. It's kind of a neat app. If you want I do know that it's like or at least it was last year, $7.95 or something like that for a yearly subscription to it. Some meets, depending on, I mean, we have and haven't. We'll charge if you want to actually see the heat sheet for the meet. We'll charge a fee for that. I definitely won't do it for something like a dual meet or an inter squad or a tri meet or something like that. Big invitational, maybe. If I can talk the board into it. So that's a great tool for you guys as parents to be able to see that. When meet results, when we get after swim meets and we get the meet results, I will load them up to the website, and that will directly populate your child's results to that On Deck app. So you can see all their races right there as well. So a lot of neat little apps to play with on your phone when you're bored and sitting in the stands during a god-awfully long swim meet. Real quickly before I go through some of these other things, I will let Coach Adam take the floor for a little bit to kind of give you his vision and goal of the age group as he takes over this. I'll take care of the rest of this stuff.
Thank you for the impromptu.
Yeah, you impromptu really well.
This is fantastic.
The main feature that we use this for is signing up for meets, aside from registering the kids on the team, signing up for meets and signing up for volunteering. And there's several ways to get to that. I do know that you can do it via the app as well. I don't ever use the app for that feature, but I do know you can sign up for meets and volunteering through that. On the website, if you're on a computer and even on the phone, you can do it through there. You can get to this two ways. One, by clicking on events at the top here, or if you just scroll down a little bit further down, past the news, is the upcoming meets and events that we have. In order to sign your swimmer up, all you have to do, you have to be logged in order to do that. And all you would have to do is click on this edit commitment button here, okay? Doing that or going this way, click on the events tab. It will take you to that same list of events, but you'll get the full list here, okay? And all you would have to do would be to go to the meet you would want to sign them up for, click on edit commitment, and what will pop up is this screen here and you would click on your athlete's name. What comes up is this screen in which to say yes or no. Okay. If you say yes, it'll give you the sessions, the day and the sessions that are available to your swimmer. Okay. You as parents get to pick what you're available for. Okay. We do not do that. That is up to you to decide whatever works with your schedule, whatever meets you want to do, not do, that's entirely up to you. As a staff, the coaches are the ones that pick the events. Since we see the kids and know what we feel they're ready for them to do, I put it on our staff to select those events for them. We will certainly not put them into an event that we don't feel there's no way they could handle it. We just won't do that, especially to the little kids. I will do that to the older kids.
I was gonna say, you don't do that anymore?
Oh no, I do like to torture our older kids quite well. They do not get many events off. So usually my selection for our older kids is enter all. And to the next kid. And there are several reasons in which I do that. It's because that's what I train them for. I train them to be able to do everything. And even in my mind, as a 16 and under, I don't think you're really specializing in anything at that point, and you still need to make sure one event may actually be better than another, and heck, we've even had some years that someone completely gravitated towards another event, and that became a better event for them. So I like to train them to be able to do everything and be very competitive at it. The littler ones, we take it at their readiness in which to handle them. We will, just so you're aware, I had this question asked the other day at an evaluation. Will you let us know when my child is ready to swim in a meet? The answer to that is yes, they are. They are right now. For all of our 8 and unders, what they had to do in order to be on the team is swim one length of the pool. And that is the shortest race for them is one length of the pool. Okay, so they could technically swim a race tomorrow and be fine with it. Some of the 9-10s, depending on the meet setup, in fact, I think I have the inner squad set up, they can do 25s too, and even that tri-meet. So even some of our newbies can do a 25. But typically for a 9-10-year-old and 11-12-year-olds, the shortest race is a 50, so it's 2 lengths of the pool. Okay. I know some of the other coaches doing evaluations, unless they just do not feel just do not feel strong enough at the evaluation to do it. They've all done 2 lengths for me, so they could technically probably do that in the meet as well. But conversely, if us as coaches are putting them in the events, you as parents get to say, "Oh, look at me. I didn't put you in that." Go talk to your coach.
That really is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And when they have to do a 200 fly, I'm like, come on, I'm like, I just signed you up.
Don't look at me. Talk to Coach John. He's the one that stuck you in that, and then they never come talk to you. So it's a win-win. So when you want to sign them up, you will have to, click this box, day 1, session 1, and you have to click Save Changes. If you do not click Save Changes and then say OK, they are not committed for the meet. And you will see right there, committed. okay? Those steps have to happen. You can go in and click that box and get out. Doesn't matter, they're not signed up for the meeting. You'll just see it and not committed. Okay, so please make sure you do that if you do those steps if you want them swimming those particular meets. Let's see if I can. If you want, I don't know, we don't have a invite setup file yet. If you want to know what events are available for each day for the kids, before you commit to this, all you have to do is go over the day in session and click on that, and the full list of events for that particular day in session will pop up for you. Okay? Just an FYI. I mean, I know a lot of kids will ask, what events or what days? There you go. So, close this. And even though you may have committed, right, you will get an email that says, hey, you were committed. If you did not get an email, 99.9% chance you did not go through all those steps. The only time would be if I didn't actually click the box to say send confirming email. I usually make sure I get that clicked. So you will always have until the deadline for each meet, which does not show on this screen. If I go back. Go back to team events here. If I click on the name of the meet, you'll get all this meet information here. Okay? This is the last day, right here, this registration deadline over to the right, is the last day at 11:59 at night in which to register for a meet. Either yes or no. Okay? If you don't say yes or no, you won't be committed either way. It just will default as did not commit. Okay? So you don't have to go say no. If you want to swim, you do have to go say yes. Up until that date, at 11:59 at night, you can make changes. Okay? Hey, something came up last second. We can't do this meet. As long as it's before that deadline date and time, you can make a change to it. Once it goes to midnight, it will not give you access to make the change. Okay? Now I say that for a couple of reasons. One, if it's a home meet, I'm typically setting the computer up, making a change after a registration deadline. For me, after, I don't mind making those changes myself. When we are going away to another meet, like say we're going to swim Valpo's meet or we're going to do Hobart's meet, once that deadline passes, we don't allow any changes whatsoever. Okay, because we have to, as coaches, be able to give ourselves the time to do the entries for all the kids that signed up and submit it to that team when they first open up their entry process. Okay, and in the summer, it can be very cutthroat. Like, there's been times where I have stayed up until midnight to say send, and I've gotten bumped out of a meeting because 10 other teams got there 1/100th of a second before me, and I got bumped out. So we have to be ready for that entry to go off and commit. And once that's off and sent, you know, we can't make any changes from there. So please keep in mind of that registration deadline date if you need to make changes. Once those entries are in, you guys are obligated for those fees for the events and those meets. What else? Let me see if it's up. Did she open this up? She has not. Sorry, I was looking to see if She does not have the volunteering open yet. You will also get, there will also be a tab up at top that says job sign up, I believe. And that's where you would sign up to, I want to be a timer, I want to learn how to work the computer, I want to work the concession stand, I want to, work the hospitality room, whatever you want to do. Once those are opened up, and you will get an email that says, hey, the job signups are opened up. If you're really particular about doing a certain job, you might want to jump on that right away. We don't require, in the winter, I say it's different, and I said earlier, it's different in the summer versus the winter. In the winter, we require what we call a parent participation deposit to kind of encourage all of our parents to help out, because in the winter, we host 3 2.5-day invitationals. And I believe, Lauren, you can help me with this. I believe the number of running a session, it can be roughly about 50 to 60 volunteers.
At minimum 50.
And there are 5 sessions for each of those meets. Okay? Now, we set that pretty high so that this is my largest pet peeve when I go to a meet, is being on deck and listening to a host say, we need help timing. We need help from other parents putting on our own meet that you just paid to get in. It drives me nuts. Absolutely crazy. Because our team has always done a great job of never asking anyone to help out. All our parents are the ones running it, so that when our parents go away to a meet, our parents get to just sit back and relax and watch their kids swim. I think that's only fair in my mind, but other teams don't see it that way. So we do encourage that you make sure you get signed up for and in the winter, there are X amount of sessions that we ask you to work. In the summer, because we don't put on a big invite, and we haven't in the past couple of years, we just ask that if you sign your child up for it, please sign up for a job so that we can make this the best experience for the kids. My daughter swam. The last place I want to be is sitting up in those stands. I can't sit up on those benches. They get so uncomfortable after about an hour. I just can't do it. I'd rather be down on deck working this, working that, helping with this, helping with that. So, yeah, absolutely.
I'm Lauren. I've been meet director and many other things here, but I can tell you, please don't be scared to volunteer for any position. I promise someone will help you along the way.
Yeah.
Give you some pointers, help you out, answer questions. Even if it's scary and on the computer, I swear someone will help you. We promise it will be a good time, and it's really fun to be able to be down there and be with your kids too, and get to see them, and you know, it's fun.
There is a lot of parents helping parents when it comes to learning what jobs are, what you need to do. If you happen to be one that likes to run the concession stand and or the hospitality, which is not on deck, they are off deck, people will help you and switch positions with you so you get an opportunity to see your kids swim. You're not stuck off in a concession stand, you don't get to see a single race. So please understand, people will help you be able to see all your kids' races. Parents just say, hey, my kid's in this heat, this event. Yeah, go ahead, I got it covered. So please know that everyone's here to help everyone enjoy their kids' races. So once that's up, I believe it pops up right next to that etiquette. I'm pretty sure that's where it pops up. So once you get that, just like the email that you will receive about meets, go in and get signed up. In this, when you click on the name of the meet, and it doesn't matter what meet it is, right? when you click on the name of the meet, what will pop up is the information about the meet. When the warm-ups are, when the kids need to be there. Is there admission? How many events can they swim for the meet? What is the cost? This is typically in the meet packets right here. I will always post the meet packet for each meet, and I will pull out the information that everybody always wants to know. There's a lot of information on the meet packet. Most people really don't care about, and I'll be honest with you, I just scan for some of the important stuff because I know what all the rest of the stuff in there is. So that's where you will find a lot of the absolutely need to know information. If you want to read the whole thing, you by all means go ahead and click on that PDF. It'll pop up for you and you can read through all the information for each meet. So in this particular one, for an example, if I click on it, what you're going to see is this PDF, all the technical information, some of this stuff that I had pulled out, scoring, who gets awards, top 16 kids in each age group in each event, some of the policies that we have to put into our meet packets mandated by USA Swimming. You will also see a list of the order of events here. So this will give you, in each packet we'll have all of the events for all age groups listed there. So you can see that as well. Okay. Like I said, once I get each meet's information, I will put it up on the website, and once that has been populated, bless you, once that has been populated, you should instantaneously get an email that it's open for registration. Okay?
Open that, I think, tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, the job will be.
She's trying to open it right now.
Yeah.
We'll see if it pops up there. I know Coach Adam is going to have to get back on deck here, so if you've got nothing, I can keep going. I can talk forever. So.
You can talk forever. I do have since he's recording this right now, how do they get a hold of you, or how do you want them to let you know if they cannot sign up or they can't attend a meet if they've already signed up?
I would say that emailing either myself or Coach Adam or Coach Tripp, depending on who, if your swimmer is with a bronze or silver group, I would recommend emailing Coach Tripp, Brian Trippier, when you know that they're just not going to be in attendance. That plays more of an important role when we do relays. Like if we know someone isn't going to be there and we've already placed them on a relay, then we'll know we've got to trade somebody out for that individual and kind of know that going in. And Coach Trippier will do the entries for those bronze and silver groups, so they'll at least have an idea that that swimmer is going to be there. For the gold and platinum group, I would email Coach Adam. Does that work?
That's fine.
Yeah. Email Coach Adam as soon as you know, and then he'll kind of have an idea who's not going to be there. You can certainly email me. I can forward it to everybody. Whatever works for you. Like I said, after we send off the entries, I mean, we won't be able to get you out of the fees at that point, but you know, we'll at least know we've got to make some adjustments as we get to the meet. And if you have any questions after we leave here, please do not feel like it's going to be a stupid question. It's not. There are going to be a lot of questions that you have. There's going to be a lot of stuff that is okay. There's going to be a lot of stuff that is different. So refresh this and see if it pops up. There's going to be a lot of stuff that is different than any other sport that your child has done. This is a completely different animal.
She said that this isn't the complete, it's just for us to go over.
Just to play with? Okay. So as you can see right here, that job sign up, she opened that up, so for play purposes, I guess. So if you click on that, what you'll find is a list of jobs that happen. Announcer, cleanup, clerk of course, Daktronics timing equipment operator. Lauren does a lot of that, so if you've got questions about that, she's one of the people to ask. No, it's actually, it's
actually my favorite job.
yeah. Go. Working in the computer room, Melissa's in there for most of the meets. She could kind of explain that to you. This right here, lane timers. That is the bulk of the jobs that we have. We have 2 timers on each lane for backup purposes. You are there as the backup in case the timing system fails, or some little 8 and under who's 4 years old and weighs about a nickel doesn't trigger the touchpad. That's happened several times. That's the main job that we have opened up. Marshals, basically marshals help kind of keep the kids from getting a little bit too crazy on deck, and a little too crazy in the locker rooms. If you're one that likes to keep them in check, play goalie, that may be the job for you. Officials. If you are one that would be interested in becoming a swim official, please, we can always use that help. Typically, we have 4 as a minimum for a small meet, right? 4 officials. Normally, if you're gonna officiate a meet right, it's more so about 10 to 12 officials around there. So and honestly, you really don't have to have swimming experience to become an official. You're just learning the rules, and you're watching a race and interpreting the rules for that particular race and determining whether or not that was a legal swim for each kid, okay? Just to make it a level playing field and a fair playing field for everybody. I know that there are some people who don't like seeing little kids get upset because you had to walk and tell them they got disqualified. That's Tom's job.
But it's really fun. They just well up.
But I mean, you are literally right there on top of the action as an official. There are, and this is not a full list. Like if we have an invitational, there are considerably more jobs. Hospitality. I know that did she put that up there? Oh, because this isn't the list. Like concession stand, we will have, for that tri-meet that we have on May 6th, we will have a concession stand for the kids because they'll probably be there about 2.5 hours or so, and they inevitably get hungry. So that's what, like I said, one of the other roles. So when you sign up, what you're going to do is click on the box here, right, and click sign up. It is going to ask this information here. Here, what we ask is that you put who is going to be doing that job, okay? And just so you know, when we ask for who is working, in the winter, like for example, typically we've asked for like 12 sessions. So like I said, each meet is 5. We get a total of 15 offered. We ask that people try to work 12 sessions. Now, that sounds like, oh my God, that's almost every session of a meet. However, if mom and dad and grandpa's interested, right, that could be 3 sessions in one, right? 3 people signing up, that counts for 3 sessions. Okay, so you eliminated a quarter of it right there, okay? But you would put the name of the person who's working, and if were they asking for like cell numbers for non?
Yeah, because
like
of COVID protocols, they were having
contact information. Okay, so if you, especially if it's like grandma or grandpa who aren't listed as mom and dad on our system, have them put, or you put their cell numbers so we have a contact that we can get in touch with them if, I don't know, something happens and it's 8 o'clock and they haven't shown up to help work yet. We can maybe say, hey, where you at? Or your meat director's still sleeping.
What age do you have to be a volunteer?
That, okay. So I believe concessions was 15?
15 or 16.
15 or 16.
Yeah.
Because they're dealing with the money. And it's
I
at,
think there's health code.
and health code things. Yeah, right. For doing things like, one job would be a runner who kind of brings paper back and forth to the computer people. You know,
Usually,
14?
but yeah, middle school and above.
13, 14.
Responsible.
Yeah.
Young,
Yeah. Yeah.
those who are
Please, responsible.
responsible.
Yeah. But like I said, it can be, you know, it can be anyone who's, we just need to help. It's not, you know, when we ask for that parent participation deposit, we do not want that money. We just need the bodies helping run that meet and make it great for everybody who's part of it. So, so please make sure you do that. Once you put that contact information in, you would click sign up. And right there would pop up. Does anyone have any other questions of it? Please don't feel like you can't interrupt me because I can keep rattling stuff off.
I had one question.
Yes.
You said you came from Munster.
Yes.
When you left,
Yes.
was Marsh still there?
Yes.
Was he really?
He was, yes.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
Coach Marsh was there for
Coach Marsh was there.
a while.
He was my coach. Okay.
All right. Yes.
I have one question.
Sure.
So in the meet details, you said that swimmers can swim up to 3 events.
Correct.
I'm not aware of the terminology. I mean, 3 events is 3 laps or?
No, 3 events would be, for example, here we go. Let me get back into this here. Okay, so the terminology here, and like I said, there is a lot. And I will show you, I put actually a PDF up there that has a lot of this terminology in there. But if you're signing up in this list, so each one of these is an event. Okay, so for instance, I'm a breaststroker, so I'd want to do these first events here, although back to back would really hurt. And you know, one other one, right? So it may be, for example, that little Susie is good at the 50 free and 50 back, right? And well, we want to see how she does in the 100 free. Okay, she's close to probably getting those 4 lengths in, so we're going to try and put her in that. So those would be the 3 events that we'd put her in. Okay. Now for a meet like our inter squad and our tri meet, the only fees involved is a $2 fee because we have to pay that to Indiana Swimming to register them for the meet. Okay. We don't charge on the dual meets. I've never done it on the dual meets and the inter squads. per event. When you sign up for an invitational, the kids are charged per event they swim. Okay, and it varies depending on what that cost is. Some teams may only charge you $3 an event. Some may charge you $5 an event. So it just kind of depends on how many events. Yeah, how many events that would be depending on the cost. Okay, so another terminology so you're aware of what these races are. 100, so our pool here, this one that we have is 25 yards, okay? So this 100 free would be 4 lengths of the pool, okay? Any 50 would be 2, conversely a 200 would be 8, right? When we do some of the other meets this season, actually most of the other meets this season are what are considered long course meters meet, okay? And a long course meter meet is an Olympic sized pool. It is that pool you see the Olympians swimming. It is double the length of what we have in there, okay? Now, in those meets, the shortest race for any of the kids is 1 length, because a 50 free is from one end to the other, because it's a 50-meter pool, okay? 100 in that pool would be 2 lengths only, okay? Now, I say only. When your little kids walk on deck and see the length of that 50-meter pool, most of the time saucers pop out and they're like, oh. Yeah, right. Oh, Mom, that's really long. Yeah, it is the first time doing it. But to me, it's a great experience for them. We have the advantage, in my opinion, of having a pool in the country that is one of the most elite pools anywhere. We have the IU Natatorium down in Indianapolis. And from 84 might have been the first one down there. For trials. From 1984 to 1992, that pool hosted the Olympic trials. So I do like to go down and bring those kids down when we get an opportunity, because they get to stand there, and on the south wall of the pool is the list of all the Olympians that made the Olympic team in those years. And I like to be able to tell those kids, Michael Phelps, Missy Franklin, all those Olympians swam in that water you're about to jump into.
Now, that's where they keep state.
That is where the,
That's
correct.
still where we went, they still go there
Yep.
today.
Yes,
Okay.
the high. So we have a policy in Indiana that we set years ago, that if for the age group state meet, so basically the 14 and unders, the championships must be hosted at the natatorium. So those kids get to have that experience. Now, if there isn't a host willing to host it there, we'll find another host willing to host it at another pool. Like, for instance, last summer was so hot. It was so hot up there. We swam down at Noblesville Forest Park pool. It was a great facility, but at like
Yeah, when it's outside.
95 degrees, and like it felt like 200% humidity. It was just, I had to jump in Sunday morning. I just couldn't take it anymore. I jumped into my clothes. I was dry by about an hour later. It was so bad.
I sat in the splash pad.
You did sit in the splash pad. It was nice and cool there, right? But we do have a lot of these 50-meter facilities, and Indiana is very unique in that case. Indiana has probably one of the highest number of indoor pools in the country, and probably now one of the highest number of 50-meter pools in the country. So we have a lot of nice facilities in which we get to go and swim meets at. And I would encourage you, let your kids take a chance. sign them up for a meet. It's not, like I said, to be on the team, they were able to do whatever minimum race they could do. And this first meet that we will have in this inter squad is a meet that we specifically make this a teaching meet for the kids and the parents, where we do not rush through this.
Nobody else there.
Yeah, it's just us, just our kids. Coaches will break them out into teams and race against each other. And they do have a lot of fun once they kind of get into it and kind of understand it, which I'm going to have to ask our meet referee to probably do a test meet, mock meet, so we can get the kids the sights and sounds of the meet ahead of time. So, but we take this as a teaching moment so that our kids, when we go to a meet away or a meet that isn't just our kids, they feel more prepared. We want them to feel comfortable. The more comfortable they are, the more relaxed and loose they are, the better they swim. It's science. I mean, it's hands down, the more they can have fun, the better they swim. A couple other things I do want to show you here. Let me get back to this. So, if you have not already done so, we have up here, this page here, this forms page. A lot of this information, you got like these participation policies, you got in the packets that we kind of handed out on evaluation day. There are several other things here. For the terminology that I was talking about here, this third one down here, New Parent's Guide to Swimming. I would advise you probably just download it to your computer. I'm pretty sure it's about 90 pages of PDF. But it covers the full gamut about swimming. A lot of this information is off of USA Swimming's website years ago, and most of it still applies today. And that's a long read, but very informational. We also have this PDF here, this coach's packet for parents, is a lot of team policies, a little different than the code of conduct policy or form that we had passed out. I'd recommend you kind of read through that so you're well informed of those as well. We ask that each athlete fill out the athlete code of conduct and get that turned in to us, preferably by Friday. And then I think I sent this out. If you did not get this from me yet, let me know and I will send again. We have put in parent code of conducts as well. Please don't think that I think you're a bad parent. We took this opportunity just to kind of remind parents that we're here for the kids. This is not the NBA. This is not the NFL. This is a youth sports, and the kids need to enjoy this and have fun. They will put 10 times more pressure on themselves than you can. It's inherent. The kids want to please parents. They want to please adults. And they will put a lot of pressure on. And the more pressure you can take off of them by just letting them have fun with this and take it at their pace, the much more success they're going to have. Okay. I do ask that both parents, I mean, if you're a single parent household, I only need one signature, but both mom and dad or spouses or whatever, please sign that and turn that in as soon as possible for me. So, you know, we have that on file for everybody. What is the other? Oh, this one here. Okay, so a little neat thing about our website. This PDF here, subscribing to calendars and subscribing to the cell phone. We put this together for you guys, so it's a step-by-step process. Sorry, I'm gonna skip back here real quick. Calendar. So, our calendar, this information right here, okay, is every practice, every day of the season. You can subscribe to this calendar onto your phone, and whatever is put up here, that whatever one you subscribe to, the bronze group, your silver group, whatever swimmer or group your swimmer is in, if you subscribe to that particular calendar, it will automatically populate that into the calendar of your phone, and any changes made there will automatically get changed to your phone. So you can see when practice is, when it isn't. Okay? And that PDF will take you through that step-by-step process of getting that subscribed. Now, there are two different types. One is the general calendar, and one is the team events calendar. The general calendar is just for practices. The team events is just the swim meets and or like our annual banquet, which we just had last weekend, or our Swimathon fundraiser, or whatever other fundraisers we do. If you subscribe to both of those calendars, all those events will get dropped in for you. Okay, so you don't have to be going back and forth to the website, you can just check it on your phone. And then here is the step-by-step process of adding and verifying cell numbers for that, for the text messaging purposes.
Hey, Coach, I got a question.
Yes. Yep.
Is there practice tomorrow?
Yes, there is.
That's what I thought.
Yes, there is.
There's no school, but there's.
Correct. Correct. And you will see, I can open this up. When you click on it on the website, you can see when all the times are. Whoops. When all the times are for each group there. But we will, I will tell you this, that I get that question a lot. Hey, there's no school, do we have practice? The only time that we don't is on major holidays, or the school calls and says, hey, you can't have practice. Other than that, we're trying to have practice. We're trying to get these kids prepared to race against a lot of swimmers in this state. So we try and take full advantage as much as we can to get all these practices in. It does seem like a lot, okay? We do not mandate that they're here every day, but we are. So if they want to be here every day and they like it, please encourage them to do it, because you will see progress happen exponentially with them. Like I'd said before, every kid kind of progresses at a different rate. So, you know, maybe their best friend may end up being about 5 seconds faster than them. And they're like, oh, there's so much fun. Yeah, it'll keep going back and forth. We encourage, like I said, we encourage them to be there, here more than they're not. They will pick up on a lot, and from Monday, and I can even say this probably till 2 weeks from now, you will see a tremendous difference in what they can do. It is, as some of the moms and dads who have done this for a while can attest to, it becomes night and day on what they were able to do when they first started and what they're able to do now.
They're both retiring, so they're looking for meet directors.
Yes, we do have a lot of positions that come open up as the years go on. So if you like organizing things, I'm sure April and Lisa would be glad to sit down and talk with you about what that entails. What else? Oh, I know, just to kind of hit at some of the billing stuff. If you signed up for paying monthly, that gets hit at the first of the month, each month. So whatever meet fees or training fees, if you sign for monthly, those will hit your account on the 1st, and you have until the 10th to bring in a check and or cash, or just check. Doesn't matter? Okay. Cash or check if you did not put a credit card on file on the website. So if you put a credit card on, it'll just hit your credit card. That's my preference, just hits it.
But keep in mind, the credit card,
They do charge.
we're charging for.
There's a fee.
The credit card, the fee.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got the fees. It's not a lot.
It's a small fee.
Yeah, it's
It's
small.
like,
I think we had that one meet, it was like $6. And it was like, we swam like 3. We had 3 meets. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
is that what it
That
is?
sounds right, because we had 3 meets and it was $6 actually.
For the 3 meets?
Yeah.
And then you'll get an email on the 25th of the month saying what your balance will be charged for the following months, like the 1st. So you'll know what's there.
Okay. If you have any financial question,
Yeah,
Miss Melissa is the one that takes care of that.
she's the treasurer. That's right there.
I could probably answer some of the questions, but she's much more the person to talk to. Other than, there are 2, if you need any equipment,
Good call.
goggles, suits, swim caps. I mean, we do have team caps that we will get your swimmers, so that they have those. But we do have 2 sites. We have them here. Where are they? Here's this one. This Elsmore Swim Shop. This is our team supplier. They're based out of Indianapolis. I don't know that we set up a suit fitting yet. I'll have to talk to Cynthia. But if you click on here, this should take you directly to their website eventually. Okay, and you will see what is our current team suit that we have for the guys and girls. We have the hoodies for the kids, parkas. These are really great in the winter on deck when it's cold and people keep opening doors. Backpacks to carry their stuff, all their wet stuff that they'll be dragging out of here all the time. And some of the other equipment now, which I have to catch up on. Ugh, darn it. So all the kids, when their first season, get a mesh bag in which to carry all their wet stuff, so it isn't just one place. And their team cap first. In their second season, which I have a lot of catching up to do. Thanks, COVID. Is they will also get their own kickboard and pool buoy in which to put in there, so they have their own equipment to start with. I do know that there's some other equipment that the coaches may suggest that they get over time. I don't know, I mean, right away, but there are other things like snorkels, paddles, fins, that they have their own size. We do have fins. We don't provide snorkels because that would kind of be gross in a way, so we don't do that. There are paddles listed here. We do use those sometimes, not a lot, because they can put a lot of strain depending on how much you use them.
That's just for stroke technique, right?
For the most part, yeah. I mean, it can be done for training and muscle memory stuff and stuff like that. We do have paddles, and we are getting, hopefully getting some more paddles in which the kids can just borrow and use instead of buying their own kind of thing. So, but you can order all this directly through the site, and it will ship directly to your home. Just so you know, I know this pops up every once in a while, because kids don't like tight-fitting things a lot, especially guys. You could swim with a loose-fitting suit, but you're putting a little extra work on yourself. It can be it's kind of like, can be swimming with like a t-shirt sometimes. That's not fun. That's not fun at all. So when you're talking about putting a suit on a child, it probably should be pretty snug, pretty tight. Our team supplier, when they come up, really does a good job of kind of helping people through that and learn that, and hopefully we can get that scheduled to have them come up soon for you guys. In the meantime, for the meets, there's no requirement. I don't require that they have the suits. Honestly, that's cheap, as sick as that sounds. Depending on the type of suit, some suits can be upwards along the lines of like $600, and it's just not. We don't allow 12 and unders to wear those in the state of Indiana, because we want them to actually learn how to swim fast without thinking it's the suit.
Those suits are Teflon.
Not entirely. I mean, they're made out of different materials and whatnot, but these are an option for you at the meets we have coming up. Whatever, for the most part, whatever they have now, they can wear. It's not. If they want to wear a swim cap, we do mandate at meets that it's a Crown Point Swim Club swim cap, so that we're there and everyone can see that as our team clothing, I guess, for lack of a better word to put it. But Coach Adam,
I have a question. How did the new kids get a swim cap?
I have them. We will pass those out.
Yes, I saw a bin of them and all.
Yes, we have a big bin of those. They finally came in.
Maybe silicone ones?
We have latex. I don't know that we have the red silicone ones. Do any of your children? Bleh, I am tripping over my own tongue today. Latex allergy? No, I know some kids do. So we do have, and a lot of the kids, especially girls, like the silicone because they don't tug as much as the latex do. I don't like the silicone ones. They're just not mine. I don't need them, clearly. Well, occasionally, just to smooth it out a little bit, right? But we don't, at practice, they can wear whatever they want. I don't really care about that. They like to have some of those fun caps at practice anyway, so there's a lot of weird ones they got out there. So. Yeah. Caps?
Yeah, like we usually do.
Oh, we'll have to talk to you.
Huh? Yeah,
Personalized caps. That is an option that we have. I'll have to talk to Cynthia about setting that up. I'll probably talk to her about doing that and that suit fitting thing at the same time. There is an option but they only do this in silicone, sorry, of the personalized caps, meaning it would be our Crown Point Swim Club Bulldog logo and then their last name on the side of it. So if you guys want to order that, you can. They're a little bit more expensive because of the personalization, but
And silicone.
and they're silicone.
Yeah.
But they're nice to have for those kids. Yeah. Unless you guys have
John,
questions, this is going to be, yeah.
We want to make sure that new parents get a map too before they volunteer.
Yes, thank you. Totally spaced on that. So let me take you to one more thing real quick because this is important. Where did I put it?
Hey, bye.
Hey, go do some work.
Nice meeting everybody.
Okay, so USA Swimming has a program called Safe Sport. This program is set up to keep your children safe in these crazy times. It is a program that all parents who are volunteering read through. I think that's what that top one was, right?
Yeah, I think so. Or the second one.
This is the signing, right?
Mhm. That's
So-
the acknowledgement, that's the.
So this policy, we ask that all the parents read through and kind of familiarize yourselves with what Safe Sport is about, and the whole program in and of itself. This is not all that long. What is this? 11 pages.
It's like 4 pages.
11 pages there. And then, oh, come on. I always click on the wrong thing.
If you were to nutshell it, what would you say it was?
Okay, so in the past, all the coaches, all the officials who are on deck and around your children have to go through what's called Safe Sport training. And that program is to assist coaches and officials in providing a safe environment when it comes to the topic of, how do I want to say it? I hate this.
It's really interacting, it's interactions between the minor athletes.
Minors and
And
adults,
the adult.
right? So we are in the process, I hope we get this done in the next couple of weeks here.
Me too.
In the process of being recognized as, I think it's the 26th team in the state as a safe sport club. That we follow these policies, we make sure that everything is done so that your children are safe when they are in our care.
So it's just basic transparency.
Absolutely.
Well, it also has
And-
different things,
and
that's
yeah,
just like,
yeah.
well, but there's also bullying and different things that go on,
Right,
but that's
yeah,
other
yeah.
stuff, and there's a safe sport,
Okay.
tab in there for
All right.
additional information.
That nutshell.
So they don't get, I mean, they don't get hurt, right?
Right.
It's really about the safety of the kids.
So this is all that information there. We ask that the parents read through that, and then we'll have the parents sign that acknowledgement that they read through the policy
And that's,
and turn that in. We have to have that on file for the parents to be able to help and volunteer.
Okay.
that's
Okay.
any adult that volunteers.
Any adult that volunteers.
Yeah, because before it was just officials and
It
coaches.
used to just be coaches and officials that had to do that.
USA
Now
swim
it's,
members have.
Yeah.
Any USA swim.
Any adult with USA swim members.
yeah. April Gillen, our meat director. So please familiarize yourself with that so you're aware of that. I will send that email out to everybody as a reminder that we need to have that on file if we don't already for you. I know all the new parents don't have that yet because I didn't pass that out yet. So I'm sorry, what?
Give any papers to you that we have today?
Absolutely. If you've got them today, you can hand them to me and I'll
Can you make copies, or should I bring? I can bring
no,
copies.
I can make a copy of
Are you
that.
sure? Okay.
Yep.
I don't want.
Thank God
it
we've
to
got
work
that
as
copier
hard.
in the office. That has saved us. Yeah.
I have kind of a funny question.
Yep.
For the kids that are the 16 and 14 to 16-year-olds that are going to state,
Mm-hmm.
is this is from when I was younger. too. I had, and you know him, I had Doug Norris as a coach.
Yes, I do know that.
And he would do the bucket lineup before state. They don't do that still, do they?
No. I'm not even sure if I know what that is,
You
honestly.
swim till you throw up.
Oh, no. Definitely not.
Okay.
That is not. That's a lot of work on me. That's a lot of cleaning up I gotta do.
No,
That sounds like Doug.
No,
Not that there aren't buckets
He,
on-
No, yeah.
he literally lined up buckets so they wouldn't throw up in the bank.
Yeah, nice. Nice.
Buckets.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
April said that it's officially open for job sign-up.
Oh, perfect. You should have received an email that that job sign up is officially open. If you've got questions about it, I can hang around and answer them for you, or April can, or anybody else. Yes?
How long are the meetings?
So it kind of depends on how many kids sign up to be in it. Typically, I would say if I had to guess for like our inter squad meet, that should probably be 2 hours at most, I would think, depending on how much we got to slow it down or speed it up. The tri-meet on May 6th is going to be us, Munster, and Doolin, 3 of the biggest teams in this area. That could probably be about 2.5 to 3 hours that day. Typically on an invitational, where it's a Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, for any session that has 12 and unders in it, the session is not supposed to last any longer than 4 hours. Now, that doesn't mean every team adheres to that, but it is highly encouraged that teams do not run it longer than that. If it's 13 and overs, it's kind of free reign. Those kids kind of get the short end of the stick there, but typically, I would say if I had to guess, average 3 to 3.5 hours, just depending.
Your volunteer sessions will be a little bit longer than that, because the meet will start at 6, so he's saying, you know, our meet starts at 6, we can go till 8, or 2 hours, right? But our jobs, you know, some of the jobs you have to be here at 5 o'clock, some you have to be here at 5:30, so your jobs won't last, just the span of the meet.
Yeah.
A little bit before, a little bit after.
So,
Yeah, a little bit before, sometimes a little bit after, depending on what your job is.
what the job is. Yeah.
For that job sign up for the
Inter-squad?
Yeah. Sorry, is that the practice meet?
That would be the practice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's just us.
Okay,
Yeah,
because I
it's
have
just,
a 10-year-old, it's her first time, so I could sign her up just so she could practice, right?
Absolutely. We encourage that because it's a very low key, hey, we want to be able to show you what this is like, no
And
pressure.
There's fundraisers
Yeah.
too, because it's usually like intermixed with kids
Yeah.
and things.
Yeah.
It's
so it's just our clubs, which is nice.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, so they get to hear the, they get to
Yeah.
see everything, hear you know, they get to learn the whistles, you know, and all that kind of stuff, so.
If you have any questions, like I said, I can hang around, answer your questions, or any of our board members can. Other than that, that's all I got for tonight. And thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks.